Hi, my name is Jessica and I'm the founder of Lysette Designs. I'm thrilled that you want to learn to needlepoint and I'm here to teach you how. To begin needlepoint, you really only need 3 basic things: the canvas, fiber thread, and needles. If you want to invest in some other fun needlepoint accessories, we suggest embroidery scissors, a threader. This will make life so easy. A neck lamp is great for needlepoint when you do not have a direct light source or you're not stitching during the daytime. Once you have chosen a canvas and you have kitted it with thread, then you are going to cut the fiber. Now you can kind of cut this any way you want, but we really suggest cutting at the top here and then making the fiber an oval, and you're going to cut once at the end and once at the top. You want the thread to be around the size of your forearm, if a little longer. You don't want to be working with a thread that is way too long. It will start to fray when you're stitching, and you just won't be happy with that. The most important thing when you are cutting a fiber is you're going to save the tag. The tag not only says the color, but it also says the dye lot. If you go to purchase more fiber after and you don't have the same dye lot, you could get a tie-dyed effect. So we always say to save this, and we always say when in doubt to purchase more thread. Now the way I like to save this is by taking half of the thread and pulling it through here and tying a knot. This way it's attached to your thread, you're less likely to use it, and then I start stitching with the other half. Once you've cut your fiber, the next step when starting needlepoint or for any project is threading the needle. Now you can do this without a threader, but I really suggest using a threader as it makes life so much easier. What you're going to do is take the eye of the needle and slide it over the head of the threader. Then you're going to take the thread and pull it through. I like to use 2 to 3 inches to leave, and then slide it off, and you are threaded. Once you have the needle threaded, then you're ready to start needlepointing, which is of course the most exciting part. There are 3 different ways to secure your fiber when you start to stitch. You can either tie a knot at the end of your fiber, you can use a waist knot, or you can stitch over the back of the thread. I prefer to tie a knot when needlepointing because I think it's the easiest. When you go to tie a knot, what I like to do is take around 1 inch, wrap it around my finger, and tie a little knot. Based on the mesh size you're working on, you may want to double knot it, or most likely you're just going to do 1 knot. The continental stitch is the basic stitch of needlepoint. Once you have that mastered, you're going to be able to do any canvas and needlepoint. To learn more needlepoint tips and tricks, be sure to visit lysettedesigns.com or visit our Instagram, Lysette Designs, our TikTok, or our Pinterest is also a really great place to see needlepoint projects.